go on to item number F, Kristle M. Robert G. Goldberg irrigation facility with underground tanks in an RB zoning district.
Mr. Chair?
Yep.
I am prepared to make a motion on this issue.
Okay, go ahead.
Seeing as how the engineering report goes back to 2018, I think the applicant has had sufficient time to present information to the community. I would make a motion to deny the application based on, one, the zoning ordinance and all other applicable laws. Number two, the consistency or lack of consistency with the town comp plan. And I wanted to, I got a little bit lengthy stuff, but I want to get it in here. The town comp plan, goal number 6, talks about restoring and protecting the shorelines of Lake Superior, Barclay Slough, the Bark and Cranberry Rivers, and their tributaries in the town of Clover. Objectives are to prevent or limit developments in sensitive environmental areas such as wetlands, water drainage areas, and filtering areas, and they support efforts to protect and improve wetlands and surface areas. Goal number 7 is to maintain the scenic and aesthetic beauty of the town of Clover. They ask to identify and clearly designate wetlands, scenic open spaces, prime forest areas, and historic sites, and develop plans to preserve them. Next, the consideration, consideration of the town board, who denied it, whose chairman came and spoke out against it. Number 4 is the consistency with the county comp plan. And I just wanted, there's many quotes from there, but I just wanted to touch on 2, which is to conserve, protect, manage, and enhance the county's natural resources, including but not limited to lakes, rivers, streams, wetlands, groundwater, forest lands, and other wildlife habitats in order to provide the highest quality of life for citizens and visitors. And also from the county comprehensive plan, ensure that land use and development is compatible and harmonious with the natural environment. Next, I would go to relevant public input, number 5. Rob, approximately how many emails have we gotten in opposition to this?
64 letters of opposition, no indication of support.
I would like to cite that many of the emails were quite articulate and had a lot of data in them. I wanted to read from the Redcliffe response. I feel that their input is critical here. Their environmental director read this, but I wanted to highlight that wetlands are places where medicines grow and are harvested. To this day, wetlands are a place where Ojibwe roads exercise our treaty rights. Additionally, the submission of this application indicates a lack of cultural understanding on behalf of the applicant. Water is sacred to us, a relative that brings life and medicine, and to allow for the commodification of water is to allow the theft of our sacred relative. Water is a cultural resource, shouldn't be sold. And preserving the environment means preserving our treaty rights and our traditional life ways. I want to get that in as public input. Consideration of number 6 is a consideration of the department files and report site specifics. On April 12th, there was a document received from the applicant outlining a study done in 2018 from NSA. I just would like to read a few lines from there. It says the location of the artesian condition appears to be a shallow location. Based on the described construction of the discharge pipe on the site, MSA does not recommend it be used as a commercial bottled water source. And also, it says, please note that due to the unknown capacity of the formation supplying the artesian condition, The installation of a free-flowing well could significantly impact flow rates, downgrading of the well, and additional monitoring of downgrading sources may be necessary during the investigation of the site itself. So just merely trying to get answers to the aquifer could destroy it in itself. This is from their engineering company. Number 8 is the community, the general welfare and economic impacts, or in this case, the lack thereof. This extracted resource will be brought elsewhere. I do not see any jobs to the community. It is not complementary to other residents, adjacent people, landowners. And I just see no benefit to the community. Number 11, the existing topographic features, drainage features, and vegetative cover show explicit wetlands in the map and a stream of the property. Number 14 is the location of the site with respect to existing or future access roads, which ties into number 11, which is the topographic and wetland features. There may be a need an access road to this property, up maybe 500 or 600 feet up to the well. There have to be a road constructed that was able to carry large tanker trucks, and this has not been considered. Number 17 is the potential impact the site, the impact of the proposed use on other lands and lands uses in the vicinity and the extent to which it would be compatible or incompatible. I would make 2 quick quotes. One is from the MSA project, which stated in a conversation with Mr. Glau that the pond had existed prior to the installation of the well and was apparently spring-fed based on visible upwelling of the pond, which was reduced after the installation of the discharge pipe. So there is evidence that drawing from this well would create problems for adjacent landowners and downstream and be incompatible. Also, Claire Hintz is a nearby landowner that runs a farm. She says, last year I lost thousands of dollars worth of crop production because of the drought. I can only imagine how much worse that would be if my lands had less groundwater. She says the applicant fails to recognize that surface water on her private property is not confined to her property. It's part of a huge interconnected system where actions in one area affect the whole watershed. And that I conclude my motion to deny the permit to Kristle Hamel.
Okay, motion by Jeff. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Charlie. Got all that written down there?
I have copies of some of the things.
You probably have to help with it.
So if you need them.
So the motion by Jeff and the second by Charlie deny the application for Kristle M. Robert Glau Clover, immigration facility with underground tank in RRB zoning district. Is there any more discussion on that motion? If not, all in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?